Hello, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Friday night, July 19th races tonight. Should be a lot of fun. 7 races on tap. And we did, unfortunately, have to cancel Saturday due to the... we had so much... That virus.
Yeah, there's a virus going around. We ended up scratching 31 horses last weekend because of the virus. So it was tough to fill this week. They did a gallant effort trying to get it. There was a lot of debate which day we were going to lose. They didn't want to lose the Friday because we've been gaining a lot of traction with our Friday night
groups
lives.
Coming out tonight.
Yeah.
And, so it made sense to keep the Friday card as well. And I guess you can vote for any day you want, but Friday, Sunday. Sunday's always has been our best day this year.
So
our highest.
You definitely don't want to lose
the
the Sundays.
And we ended up running 9 races on the Sunday. But yeah, seems like we're at the tail end of the virus. So I think we got our beat, but now the horse is just getting back into training and need to work. And a lot of the babies as well, just getting back into training. So I think we have a couple of 2-day weeks in the next 2 weekends, so we should be able to hold our own, get some good fields, and then be ready to finish off the season or the last few months with good field size. But before we get to tonight's card, we do have a couple of stakes races, and as usual, we do go through the stakes. We'll start off last week with the 2-year-old filly stake.
The Boulevard Casino. You'll see a horse to keep an eye on here is Ole's Miss out of the...
this is a good race.
This is a good race. This filly runs a bang-up race. You'll see she comes from way back. There's a few that go to the lead here. I believe, hey, did you notice Architecture, the Swift horse, they go to the lead. They're the ones to watch. That's the 4 and the 2, I believe, break, and they seem to go on top. We seem to be stuck here.
Yeah, it's not really loading well.
There we go.
There we go.
I see some action.
Yeah, we're rolling. Yeah, she didn't break well down on the inside, the one horse Ole's Miss. Just missed the...
And hey, did you notice in Architecture, hey, did you notice of the Phil Hall barn, who was a first-time winner this year, won our first 2-year-old race. Her and Architecture going to the lead here. Battling Brook out of the Glen Todd, the North American Thoroughbred horse, gets a little tight here. And the 6 horses Flatter You, Dave Forster's charge here on the outside. And relatively soft fractions. I know they're 2-year-olds, but almost a 24 there. And Ole's Miss is about 3, 4, 5 lengths out of it.
I think a lot of the fans will notice too. Last week, the fractions were extremely odd in a lot of the races. They did put some more of that surface. They were still put a little more of that sports grid and some surface. So definitely the track has changed as of last weekend. You'll just see an amazing odd fractions, and like you never see a 23 and 4 and a 47 and 4.
Almost a 48.
Yeah, no, but that's just, and they really sprint home. But it's very odd that a horse comes from last. Here she comes.
She makes a very impressive move. This is definitely a filly to keep an eye on. They bought her in the Keeneland sale last fall, and worth every penny, it looks like here.
Architecture was game.
Architecture runs a tough race, and Architecture is one to keep an eye on because she's eligible for the sale stakes and the Jack Diamond Futurity.
These two clear off.
Ole's Miss is not, but much the best.
There was a claim of foul there, but there was a little check inside the 16th pole, but the stewards, rightly so, did quickly dismiss.
Not enough,
it was not going to affect the outcome, and Ole's Miss was definitely the best, and Architecture was second best. Congratulations to Tracy McCarthy and the Canmore Farms, and rider Scott Williams. Nice win aboard Ole's Miss. Our other 2-year-old stake race was also on Sunday. It was
for the boys.
For the boys, it was in the Newest Minster. Once again, a field of 5. We did have some scratches. We did lose Hanrahan and Son of Tiago due to that virus. As you mentioned, 30 scratches last weekend, and it made things very difficult. But we do have the Newest Minster queued up, and the favored Deviants definitely looked solid in this race and broke well. And,
the Troy Taylor
and went to the front.
They had 2 in here. They had Deviants, the 3, and Three-Way Trade, the 5. And they both ran very well. So did Paddy Leaney's horse in here, Shingen Sky. He ran a big race.
But Deviants broke well. Didn't go immediately to the front as Grove Trotter and the inside horse, Western Heritage, were just really demanded the lead. They went 22 and 2. It just shows you a couple races later the difference in fractions. That 22 and 2 is like a 21 and 2 on a normal day, or like a month ago. So those were fast fractions.
Yeah, and it cost these horses. These horses
they ran in last and second last.
Yeah.
And but Deviants is getting the trip under Aaron Grider. Just silky smooth, sitting in third. Just get the dirt out of his face. Just edge out to the 3 path here down the backstretch, and this horse was always traveling comfortable.
And Shingen Sky makes a nice move on the outside of him. He kind of gets to jump
Forces the issue here. I know they kind of put him to sleep. Aaron had put him to sleep here, which is what you want to do. But when Shingen Sky kind of got a running start at him, and he kind of almost looked like he was not going to be able to hold his position in between horses here at the quarter pole, but he did.
You watch Grider hits him a couple times left-handed, kind of wake him up here, and he responds very well.
And here comes three-way trade from last, also in the colors of the North American Thoroughbred Club. Goes inside.
Nice race down the lane here. It was an exciting race.
5 across the track, and it was anyone's race at the 8th pole, and it's going to be a ding-dong battle down to the wire. Ends up the red and white checks are going to battle it out, though. The Silks of the North American Thoroughbred Company and Troy Taylor, but Deviants outgained three-way trade. Good time, 1:18.4.
A little bit more seasoning there for Deviants. That could have been the difference.
Had the 6 furlong race under his belt.
Exactly.
That was a big edge. His three-way trade had just won 3.5. All right, let's get into tonight's card. We'll get right into it. 7 horses in the Friday night opener. It starts at 7:15 tonight. Mile and 16th, Filly Mare Maidens. I've gone to the 3, Cheeky Cheetah. Over-raced. Was really over-racing last time, going 6.5 when the blinkers were at it. I'm hoping she's going to rate a little bit better. She was a handful for Aaron Grider, and it wasn't Aaron's fault at all. It was just a mare that wanted to run off and was just a little too sharp. Hopefully she maintains herself, because she'll have to get a mile and a 16. She's not facing a tough crew, though. I like her to win it. I put the 4 Triple Witching Hour in behind. She's had a lot of chances, but I think if Cheeky Cheetah doesn't win, then that'll be the horse that will win. And I put the 5 April's Reign for Twink, Marion and Baumgartner. It goes first-time Lasix. The Damn Persevering went long, and perhaps this one might show a little bit more run at the change distance and with this easy company. And she just go on Lasix, as I said. So 3, 4, and 5 for me, but I did go to Cheeky Cheetah.
I agree with you pretty much 100%. I got Cheeky Cheetah on top, as you mentioned. Triple Witching Hour that looks to be the main danger to Cheeky Cheetah. The third spot, I did look at April's Reign. I ended up putting in Counterfeit LK out of the Rob Maben barn. Been beat pretty comfortably her last 2 starts, but she ran into Curie's Gal and Till the Victory, 2 pretty tough horses that both ran off and hid. Kind of a toss-up for the third. I do like the 3 and the 4, as you mentioned, but I went 3, 4, 6 in the opener. On to the second, 3-year-olds and up, claiming 5,000 non-winners of 2 in the year, going the Friday night course of 3.5. And I've gone to the 5 Script This out of the William Levanaway barn. 2 good runner-up efforts at this distance to Cassidy Storm and Vernon Cat. Vernon Cat won 2 in a row at 3.5, and he just got the better of him last time. The second spot I put O to Be Lucky. I don't know if we should mention this. I believe O to Be Lucky is going to be a scratch.
Yeah, she's a scratch. We do have the 2 and 4 out of this race. They are official scratches. The 2, O to Be Lucky, and the 4, Viability. Actually, tonight, a couple of our selections have been scratched, but we can't change the graphics. But we will.
So we'll soldier on, but we will mention that I won't talk too long about O to Be Lucky because he is scratched. The third spot I put Officer's Charm.
Another filly. You got 2 fillies.
Another filly. I got 2 fillies. She's very quick. She's very fast. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her win this. But the way she's been running, I can't be overly confident in her. Last time Grider just tried to get her to relax, and that's not really her game. She's kind of a speedball.
Well, because she did have her stablemate Curie's Gal in front of her, so it kind of was a good day to maybe try and rate, because you don't want to kill off your stablemate Curie's Gal. And so she was kind of taken out of her race.
Yeah, exactly. But here, Grider's just going to be able to ask her to go 100%. And she's quick, so she could get the money. I ended up 5, 2, and 6 with the scratch. I ended up with 5 and 6.
I ended up with a 7-horse. I'm going to try Bruley Beach getting off the rail.
Yeah, I don't mind Bruley Beach.
This horse has really been just breaking a heartbeat slow. You get loaded first when you get the number 1 post. And
you kind of go to sleep in there.
And it's just... Sometimes you break a neck slow, and that's what gets you beat. You really got to be used really hard. But I think from an outside draw, it's supposed to get loaded almost last, and I don't mind him at all running in some fillies that look like the horses to beat. Script This and Officer's Charm. I'm going to give the 1 Romance and Traveler, reunited with Richard Hamill again, another shot. If anyone does take the trip just in behind the leaders and gets lucky, maybe gets a seam turning for home, it might be this horse. So it was well backed last time, and might get overlooked at the mutuals just because of his subpar performance last time. And I put Officer's Charm for the reasons you mentioned in for third. Nice to see Mr. Expedient back in town. Clint Wilson brought a few horses out this way, and it's nice to see Clint coming in from Winnipeg. Trent usually does drop in every couple of years, and but he does well. Good horseman, good veteran horseman. But I did go 7, 1, and 6 in race number 2. On to the third race, $7,500 condition claimer. Non-winners a 3 lifetime, going a mile and 16th. You can scratch the 5, Prohibiting. He's out. Scratch number 5, Prohibiting. Number 7, Raise Reno to me. Looks like the lone speed. I'm going to try Raise Reno to win it. Very game runner-up effort to Waylon Jack at this level. That was only Waylon Jack's 2nd career win, so he's still eligible for the same condition. But he got pressured pretty good, Raise Reno, last time, and I just think he's going to get things easier on the head end. Might be able to turn the tables on Waylon Jack, who is the obvious logical horse. And the one, Pat Squirrel, getting back into a conditional race is live in this spot as well, but he's an off-the-pace runner that might get hurt by the fact that there isn't any pace in here. I went 7, 3, and 1.
I agree with you. I got the 3 on top, Waylon Jack, because he can lay a little bit closer. That's what scares me about Pat Squirrel, is he does come from quite a ways out of it, and Ray's Reno will be the speed. I like the way that Waylon Jack was game running down Ray's Reno last time. When he looked him in the eye, he got the better of him. If he can collar him again near the head of the lane, I like Waylon Jack on top. I got Ray's Reno in second, and Pat Squirrel, as you mentioned, in the third spot. Same horses, I just flip-flopped the top 2. I got 3, 7, and 1. On to the 4th, 3-year-olds and up 25,000. Nice little race here.
You got a string of nice races.
Yeah, it is a good card tonight.
Really good. Nice horses.
I went to 7 Gamby. Gamby's been knocking on the door in these $25,000 races, and he's not a sprinter. He is the one horse in this field. If you look back in his form, all his best races are long, and he hasn't been able to run long yet this year. He's been dying. This race is ideal for him. So I got Gamby on top. The horse that's dropping in here looks dangerous is the Gov, the 4 horse. I have him in the second spot. He's going to be on the lead. How far he can carry the speed, we'll see. He's your logical kind of horse. He's probably going to be your favorite, but I like Gamby on top. And then the third spot, I put Mia's Miracle, another one who's just keeps running into tough horses in these races with Poppars. Golden Triumph run in 1:15 and 4 last time. Mia's Miracle isn't. Don't say distance races on his form, but his distance numbers are good. His breeding for, he's an Orientate out of a Seeking Gold mare. So the distance, I don't think, will be a problem for him. And I like his style at this distance. He should be able to lay close enough. So I got him in the third spot. I got 7, 4, and 3.
Yeah, I went to the 4, the Gov. I think he's going to get the lead. He's shown in the past he can live through some fast fractions and carry on, and he may have to work for the lead with Timeless Storm in the race and maybe Mia's Miracle. I think Mia's Miracle will have to be ridden conservatively, because I look back on his form, and he's only had 1 mile turf race and a 1 7/8 race at Woodbine on the Pauley, and those are the only 2 times he's gone beyond 6.5 furlongs in his career, and it's been 33 starts, so 31 sprints, and I just don't think there's enough there for this horse to be ridden aggressively, is what I'm saying. So I don't think he's going to go with the Gov, and I think that'll be good for the Gov, and he'll get the rail, the lead, and usually when he gets to the head end on the rail, he's pretty tough. I mean, he chased Herbie D last time in a stake race. I mean, that was too tough. He was chasing Devil in Disguise 2 starts back off the layoff, and this is a great spot for the Gov. If he does have another top-end race in him, the Gov's going to be very dangerous tonight. I put the 6, Bear Rock and Roll. He's been on a nice roll.
I left him out.
He
probably foolish on my
part.
His
best races were going long actually last year, but he's really converted into a nice sprinter as well. He's turned into a nice versatile horse, and he can be up near the pace. And if the Gov doesn't make it, I think Bear Rock and Roll is going to be dangerous. And I agree with your 7 horse Ganbei. His best races are going long, but he's another one that's versatile enough to sprint, and it's just a cool horse. Mel Snow's got him going well,
like Ganbei,
but they ran a little too fast for him. But he finally gets to go a mile and 16. That'll help him out. Just wish there was more speed, but maybe there will be. But we'll see how the race does transpire. But I say it's going to be a comfortable pace. I'm going to go 4, 6, and 7. I like the Gov to win it. On to the 5th race. We do have a field of 7 now. We've scratched the 1 horse, A Lasting Peace, who was my second pick. Number 1, A Lasting Peace, has been withdrawn out of this race.
And that could really change the makeup of the race.
A speed horse that was going to go with Pakal and Lookout Dubai, and there was going to be a pace. All we're waiting on Dime, probably not going to be all that far off at this level either. But I went to the 3 Barrett County. I've been picking the horse for $25,000. I've been married to him for his last couple of starts.
Followed him all the way down.
So I'm going to stay married to him at the $15,000 level. Richard Hamill's got a lot of run out of him in the past to be back aboard. So he's had his share of unfortunate incidents, but maybe he's just not good enough at the $25,000 level. I'm hoping for 15 he can be, but I think the price will be right. Second spot now, I'm going to go to the 4 horse Dollar, waiting on a Dime. A good third behind Bear Rock and Roll and Ganbei. He does get some class relief, but anytime you see these horses steadily going down the ladder, there's usually a reason. So and they keep running third, and it's just they become suckers, and like they're 6-5 or 8-5, and they become not much value there. So that's why I tried to beat him with Briarton County, and I guess I got to pick a 3rd horse now. Let's go with the old guy, Trick of the North. Let's throw him in for 3rd. 12-year-old making his return after a year layoff. Don't see too many 12-year-olds running, but he's a cool horse. Robert Skelly won the BC Premiers on him, and he will be reunited with him.
Right,
and the work tab's been great. This old guy's still got some game, I guess. But this is not his distance, 6.5. But he may catch some tiring horses and get in your Triactor Superfecta. But I definitely like Briarton County. Let's go 3-4-2. I'll change him up.
I got $1 waiting on a dime on top in here, the 4-horse out of the Greg Tracy barn. I like. I agree, he is moving his way down the ladder, but if you go back and watch his last 2 races, they've been pretty tough races, you know. And
tough horses.
Yeah, he's hooked tough horses, and he's just missed. You know, he just missed a Wilo Cat, got beat 3/4 of a length. Come back in that Bear Rock and Roll Gamby race. I don't see anybody that tough in here, so I like $1 waiting on a time on top. I do have your horse Briar County in the 2nd spot. Yeah. Those are the 2 dropped out of the 25 category that look tough in here. I did have Lasting Peace in the 3rd spot, and I was going to put Trick of the North in for 3rd, but you already did that, so I'll throw Gypsy Magic in the 3rd spot for now. Last time he ran for 15.
Better spot.
Yeah, only got beat a couple lengths. He jumped up into that allowance race with Franz's Finest and Devil in Disguise. He finds more back into his area here with 15. So I'll go 4, 3, and 5 in the 5th.
But definitely looks like a 3, 4 in your pick 4.
Yeah, those are the 2 that look pretty tough. On to the 6th race, allowance race for older horses, and I've gone to your likely favorite on BC Cup Day, Wilo Cat, John
and
Snow.
Favorite tonight.
And he'll definitely be the favorite tonight as well. Wayne Oliver and Cowboys and Indian, Rob Fiorenzo owned, John Snow trainee. Decided to put him in here for a little prep, little sharpener. Yep. Probably, nice to give him a win too, going into BC Cup Day, give him some confidence. This is a good spot for him. He looks like the horse to beat tonight. I got him on top. The 2nd spot I put Liberty Cap. A bit of a question mark here. Troy Taylor claimed him in California. Last year, this time, he was a very tough horse in Florida, just getting beat ahead by Cash Rules in the Darn That Alarm Stakes. If he can get back to that kind of form, he could be a handful here tonight. He only has the one race this year, was in Emerald, and it was sprinting, which isn't his gig, and it was against their toughest horses down there.
Yeah, Maker's Finale, nice horses.
And those horses. So a little bit softer spot. I don't know how much softer with Wilo Cat in here, but definitely going long is way more.
Pace horse. I think it'd be part of the pace. I don't know. There's not a lot of speed in here.
Tough to say. I could see. Yeah, he might be. He might be up there. I mean, so Milkman Joey's going to go.
Not a lot of others.
Who else is going to go? Yeah, maybe Wilo Cat could find himself up near the lead. Liberty Cap maybe gets up there just off the Milkman Joe and gets a nice trip. So I have Liberty Cap in the 2nd spot. In the 3rd spot, I put Franz's Finest. Been a very tough horse this year. Started out this year.
Struggling in Phoenix, and then I'm
struggling in Phoenix.
Loved the trip back.
Came home, ran for 15, crushed. Came back that allowance race, beat Devil in Disguise.
Nice horse.
And then they gave him a shot in the stake, which he had earned, beating Devil in Disguise.
Didn't disgrace himself.
Yeah, didn't disgrace himself. Only got beat 2.5, and finds himself in a nice allowance race for Praven Sorensen, good friend of the Derby.
Yeah,
always like to see Praven's horses run well. He's a good supporter and a good guy. I got 6, 2, and 7 in the 6th.
I like the 6-2 Wilo Cat. I mean, there's no Herbie D's in here. He's got beat by the best.
Horse here, yeah.
Best horses on the ground, so it's definitely a step down for him. I put the 7 Franz's Finest, as you mentioned, in for 2nd. He's just sharp right now. I know my one concern is there's not a lot of speed in here, and these 2 horses may get themselves a little bit out of it, and they may want to sit a little closer. We'll see. And I put the 1 horse, Mysterious Soul, in for 3rd, and giving him a shot. Got excellent works. He's been freshened up. This horse wasn't beaten all that far by Wilo Cat in a couple of races last year, so he's not all that far off the. I just didn't fancy Crew Leader or Ruffy Joe or Liberty Cap or so. Lucky Joey's an interesting horse. He may be able to wire them. He was full of run that day. He was. There was that particular afternoon. I don't think there would have been any problem for him getting a mile and 16. It was against maiden 25s, but he was striding out nicely at the end of the race. But anyway, I went 6, 7, and 1 in our feature event of the day. And on to the 7th and final, $4,000 claimers, non-2 lifetime, going a mile 16th. Scratch the 4, Crossrail Court. Number 4, Crossrail Court is out. I went to the 2, Sacred Cause. I like this horse anyway. Good runner-up effort to Fox Be Gone. Was up there battling near the pace, and he's actually run 2 bang-up races. Actually 3. Actually, he hasn't run a bad race for quite a while.
Yeah.
This is not a tough race now. I like Sacred Cause to defeat the 5, Jackman Road, who just missed to Double Minor and Western Who. Did have to battle on a quick pace, though I think the pace scenario will be a lot quieter, so I don't mind the 2 and 5 in here. And who's going to be because I did have the 4 horse in my top 3. Let's put in Western Who for 3rd. Let's go 2, 5, 1.
I did have Crossrail Court was my top pick, so I default now to Jackman Road. Jackman Road is another one that likes the distance. His form got, all his races this year have been good, but he's another one, kind of a big lumbering horse, and it takes him a while to get going, and when he does, he's definitely a lot tougher going long. I got Sacred Cause in the 3rd spot. He moves into 2nd, as for the reasons Mike mentioned, he's been right there in all his races this year. And in the 3rd spot, I'm going to go for a long shot. I'll put in Golden Flash or the Robbie Anderson barn. Took him a while to break his maiden, but his 2 races when he went long this year were both bang-up races, so I could see him getting in there for third. Dead heated with He's big time last time, and they were a long ways away ahead of the third horse, 10 lengths in front of the third horse. So he likes the distance, so what the hell, I'll put him in the third spot. So now I got 5, 2, and 7 in the nightcap, and that'll do it for our analysis of this Friday night, July 19th card. And up next, you'll see our selections. We'll go to our slates. We might have to do a little bit of a dance around the selections
our
today.
ping pong balls. A couple have been scratched. But in the first race, I went to the 3, Cheeky Cheetah, 3, 4, 5. Race number 2, I went 7, 1, and 6. In race number 3, I went to the 7, Rays Reno, 7, 3, and 1. Race number 4, the Gov, number 4, 4, 6, 7 for me. In the 5th race, I went 3, 1, and 4 originally, but since the 1 has been scratched, definitely like the 3 and 4 anyway. But I went 3, 4, 2. On to the 6th race, I like the 6, Wildcat, 6, 7, and 1. In the 7th and final, I went to the 2, Sacred Cause, with the 4 being scratched. I have 2, 5, and 1.
And on to my selections. In the first race, I went to the 1, Cheeky Cheetah, or the 3, Cheeky Cheetah over the 4 and 6. In the second, I went to the 5, Script This. I'll change that to the 6 and the 7. In the third, I went to the 3, Wayland Jack over the 7 and the 1. In the fourth, I went to the 7, Gamby over the 4 and the 3. In the fifth, I went to the 4, Dollar Waiting on a Dime over the 4 and 3 and the 1. In the sixth, I went to the 6, Wilocat over the 3 and the 7. And in the nightcap, I went to the 4, Crossrail Court, so I'll cross that out. I'll go to the 5, 2, and the outside horse, which I believe was the 7.
Yep.
7 horse, Golden Flash.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to the Friday edition of Handicappers Corner. Once again, the racing starts tonight. It's 15, 7 races on tap. Delmar gets underway at 4 o'clock at Northlands Park. Lots
of action tonight.
It's tonight, so it should be a lot of fun. Well, once again, thanks for tuning in. On behalf of Drew, look forward to seeing everyone next time here on Handicappers Corner from the Derby Bar and Grill.
Can do. This guy says the horse can do. If he says...